find rivalries across the fruity plain from coast to coast, but in the South, where they say the game just means more, there's only one game considered the Deep South's oldest rivalry. From black jersey debuts to prayers at Jordan Hare, this matchup has had it all. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Auburn Tigers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Bulldogs will get this season underway as toe meets leather. And he's going to bring this one out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. On the run, it's Henderson. Ran to that daylight to pick up 6 to the 22. Let's talk for a second about Auburn. Doesn't matter what time of season it is, a top 10 win is a top 10 win, and you know the underdogs would love to make a statement.
No doubt about it. When you've got a very low number beside your name, you're going to get everybody's best shot. And that's what this team is expecting from their opponent today. A lot of eyeballs watching this game, David. A lot of expectations on this team. Now it's time to see if they can deliver.
Yeah, and the offseason was so much more important when you know you're playing a highly ranked team.
There he goes. Past the 50. The 30. Running inside the 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Tigers.
Man, these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll leave it with him. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys have decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's York. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big third down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
Turning it on! An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line, guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Rushes on him. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to fire on second down. Looking down the middle. Finds a man on the right. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
And if you had any questions about this quarterback's arm talent, now you've got your answer. Wow.
And the Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Finds some fresh air. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. And the Dogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
Now on 1st and goal as they try to answer that opener with a touchdown of their own. Looking to throw. Gets it to the back. Back's going for the goal line. Touchdown Bulldogs! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And there's so many targets to focus on and so many elite playmakers, and they just lost him. They lost the running back out of the backfield. He catches the football, does the rest, takes it into the end zone. What a nice weapon to have on your team.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He took the risk bringing it out of the end zone, and he'll go out of bounds at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll run it from the gun. Guys, only Minnesota and Wisconsin have played more often than Auburn and Georgia. This rivalry is rich in tradition.
And you're right, Reese. This goes back to 1892. A long time. This game has been heated. You know a bunch of the names, a bunch of the...
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, just this is where you go to the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was... Oh, he's got some space. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. That gives him 54 yards rushing in the early going, and he is making an impact in the first game of the season. The Dogs just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Right back to the well. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. They'll try the run. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Pulls and throws off the RPO. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting, because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, they're going to have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
From the gun, he'll try to throw. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia!
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Minnesota is currently trailing in this one, but I've seen crazier things in Minneapolis. Trust me when I tell you that. On this field and off it, this game is not over. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Wisconsin. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Takes the handoff. It's Henderson. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to the ground with the running back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
and just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
The Dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on third down. Right on the money. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up fourth down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first two drives, and they're back to work now. They'll give it to the back. Breaks into the open. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. He's piled up 87 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing that in this opening game. The Bulldogs come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. They'll give it to him again. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Power football with the run. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
Well, the defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the second quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Dogs!
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he's not going to take the touchback. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. From the gun, the ground game. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. He's got 98 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Bunch formation for these receivers. They'll move the wide receiver. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pressure coming. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be there in this game. That time, though, the defense did a better job making a play, forcing the incompletion.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Working that left side now. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Nice completion, nice short gain. Now it sets up 3rd down. And wait a minute, 3rd down now becomes, we're going to go for it on 4th down anyways, so it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
And, man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Offense in an empty set. Looking to throw on 1st down. The throw to the outside is complete. At the 40, there he goes. He's loose on the left. He's showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
They say it's still a game of field possession, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. He's got it and still on his feet. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Line gets set, 1st down. He wants to throw it. Pocket breaking down. Fires to the tight end. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. To the air on second down. Finds his big tight end. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved a touchdown.
These third downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this third down.
Going for 6. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Makes the grab inside the 30. He is feeling it. A huge play. Almost took it to the house, but they got him at the 24. That last big play has them in business just outside the red zone. It's 1st and 10. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Georgia! The Dogs are starting to hunker down, and they are sinking their teeth into the Deep South's oldest rivalry.
And the red and black going crazy, the fans going nuts, and Georgia has dominated this rivalry of late. Auburn fans are sick and tired of the Dogs, but man, they got to do something about it.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Minnesota is currently trailing in this one, but I've seen crazier things in Minneapolis. Trust me when I tell you that. On this field and off it, this game is not over. They're trailing by just 4 to Wisconsin. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about... There he goes. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Auburn! What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. That he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. The run from the shotgun. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. The pull and throw off the RPO. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Shake
Looking to throw on first down. Swings it out to the flat. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He now has 106 yards rushing now here in week 1. A solid start to this new campaign.
And that's another productive run. This offense has had a bunch of them today, and the running back, I think this lead was built on this guy. He's done a great job all game long, setting the tone, and I think that's why this offense has been successful.
He wants to change this route. Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
More dynamic throwing the football down the field.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Georgia.
Across the fruited plain from coast to coast, but in the South, where they say the game just means more, there's only one game considered the Deep South's oldest rivalry. From black jersey debuts to prayers at Jordan Hare, this matchup has had it all. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Auburn Tigers. taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Georgia Bulldogs. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Tigers have been waiting and waiting, and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Turning it on! These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Quarterback floating away from pressure. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
To the ground with the back. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And if you want to bring all your tight ends in the game, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in more linebackers, more defensive linemen, get ready for the run, less speed on the field, especially when you get down here in the red zone. I feel like I can match up man-to-man with those tight ends in the back end. Nice job understanding a run was coming.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. They've got the screen set up. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
And here comes money down for this offense. 3rd down execution is a premium. You work on it all week ad nauseum for these moments when you can execute when the field starts to shrink.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
The offense changing the play. The snap sets up to throw. Touchdown, Dogs! Quick strike through the air for the score.
What an exciting way to start this season. This offense had a plan. They knew who they wanted to be, but you had to come out and execute it. And that was a beautiful first drive, creating some momentum, not only for this offense, but for this squad to start the season.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Out of the gun, the give to the back. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short. Auburn lines up quickly. Guys, let's chat a little big picture, Auburn. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working, because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they could do something very special this season.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Blasted as he lets it go. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Might be changing the route. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Wants to pass. Under fire. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Touchdown, Tigers. How about this defense taking one back to the house? Looking for the tie with the extra point.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. Got his man on the right. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. The Dogs have had a long history of scrappy and efficient quarterbacks. Add a little star power to it, and you've got something working.
You definitely get a little extra something. We see it all across college football. You find that dude at the quarterback spot, it takes you from good to great, and you've seen that with Georgia over the last several seasons.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Trying to get the edge on the right. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Throwing right. It's caught. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Now the play fake. Here's a heat. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Bringing the heat. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
He boomed it through. A 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Start this drive from the 18-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's turning it loose into the middle. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Second down, they'll go to the air. Bought a little time, lets it go. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They go to the ground. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. And the Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The play action fake. Quick strike complete. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Things look great with that field position a few plays ago, but now it's 3rd and 6. Unloads to the wideout. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Field goal is good. The lead now 6 here in the second. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Alabama is on top, but it's not like Tua or Jalen Hurts or even Ken Stabler are playing quarterback, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by a field goal over Arizona.
Touchdown, Tigers! Special teams proving to be special. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Moves away as he feels pressure. Trying to make magic with his feet. He'll get it across the 30-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 32 as this offense is trying to do some work.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time they let him get out of bounds.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Makes a nice grab at the 25. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Quarterback strolling away from heat. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
And this offense has been completely one-dimensional. They have not been able to throw the football. Guys, they haven't thrown a completion yet. This quarterback has never been able to find himself into a rhythm. And if I'm the head coach, you got to ask yourself, how many more incompletions do I have to see until I make a switch the position?
The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on 3rd down. Makes the grab. Powers through the defender. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. A costly penalty wipes out that 3rd down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
3rd and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
Can you believe this? The offense is going for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He'll take the deep shot. Makes a catch. 1st down and maybe a lot more. And not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
Hey, man, that was just perfect execution offensively. On a 4th down like that, if you're going to throw a completion, get the first and keep the drive alive, QB's got to be great with his eyes. He's got to throw it on time. His target has to be in the perfect place at the perfect time, and you got to be able to haul it in. They checked all the boxes on that 4th down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
And the Tigers have this offense rolling. A designed run for the quarterback. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Auburn!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And they kick it through for the extra point, and they have an 8-point lead. This is ultra aggressive. Still in the first half, got the lead and going for the onside kick. And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. The only thing I can think is he just didn't see him signal for the fair catch. That's an easy call for the official, and they'll accept the penalty. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. We mentioned the number of players they lost, but you can only focus on the guys who are wearing your uniform. Can't worry about those who left, have to worry about those you have. But any concerns that you guys have about making moves like this?
I think excitement more than concerns, honestly. They got some key guys that had success in other programs, and I think the fans today, David, are interested to see how these guys play today.
Well, and how they come together, because you've seen these players in other spots, but now a new system, new coach.
Oh, he's got some space. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
A first down run on the doorstep. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Now on 2nd and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the
throw to the end zone, picked off.
That is one the quarterback is going to want to have back. It's touchdowns or it's checkdowns once you get down to the red zone. You can't get too aggressive and greedy trying to fit the football into small windows, and as a result, QB throws a pick.
They are backed up, defense smelling blood as this drive starts at the 5. Give to the running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Oh, they're after him. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety. After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Fires to the wideout. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down? He finally goes out of bounds after the explosive play, but now the question is, did the official see something to bring it back? Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Unloads to the wideout. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. And he's coming out of the end zone. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Just an outstanding return there and really set